So, there's a saying in Proverbs that goes by, wisdom is too high for the fools because they will be quiet at the gates. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Inspired for Success. And in this channel, you will find content that actually will motivate you to be the best version of yourself. My name is MD Marita, and today I have a very interesting topic that I want to discuss. So this is a Saturday afternoon after Sabbath. I've just actually left from church, and I'm here with a very small friend of mine down here. But today I want to discuss about a topic which touches mostly on the youth, the young people, and the government. Those are the people in authority. In Romans chapter 13, verses 1 to chapter 13, verses 1 to 2, you will find that it talks about why we should be subject to authority, subject to governing authority. By being subject, it means that you are actually abiding by the instructions and the requirements that are put in place, that is the policies, the rules and regulations. So with this regard, I am basing this theory on actually what is happening in the West Africa and also in South Africa. Of recent, you've seen a wave of government changing hand. You've seen coups in West Africa, like recently a country called Niger, which is actually adjacent to Nigeria. There was a change in government, and this was done with force, you know. But as young people, what role should we play when such instances happen? And also, what roles should we play when we have a stable government in place? That question also goes to our brothers and sisters who are in South Africa. Recently, you saw that the EFF actually had its anniversary celebrations, and on that day, there was a controversial statement from the leader of EFF that was taken as an incitement. It was taken not lightly, but as something very, very serious that might have repercussions. In most cases, you find that as the young people who are actually caught in between, but as young people, when we have a government in place, what role should we play? This also comes down to my country, Kenya, whereby most recent we had demonstrations organized by the opposition and the leadership in the opposition. But most of the people who actually suffered from the aggression from both the government and other places were actually the young people. So in this chapter of Romans chapter 13 verses 1 to 2, you will realize that number one, there is no authority except from God. This means that anyone who's put in leadership, God has a role and a hand in that. We should actually, as young Africans, accept that leadership is from God, you know. Those in authority have been instituted by God. It is God who actually allows someone to lead. And for us, the young people, that are part of those who resist the authority, it means that we have resisted what God has appointed. And what will happen if you resist what God has appointed? Then we will incur judgment. When we are on the wrong path of resistance, then it means we should be ready for the repercussions, and that is judgment. Lastly, for those who are in leadership, they should be aware that in Romans chapter 13 verses 1 to 3, it also highlights that rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad conduct. This means that if you are a leader, you should actually not be a bad person, or you should not punish those who follow the rules and who abide by the rules. But those who might be punished are those who go against. So this is a message to the young people out there, those who are watching this channel today. You should be aware that leadership is actually God-given. And like we started by saying that wisdom is too high for a fool, because they will keep quiet at the gate. Similarly, wisdom can only be acquired through the fear of God. That is the first source of wisdom. God is the only one who actually gifts someone with wisdom. So we must always fear God first in order to be wise. And once we are wise, we are guaranteed that we will be always on the safe side of authority. So as young people, our role is to support the government in place. Our role is to ensure that we give the government ideas and new ways of innovating and reinventing, so that this same government can have an easy time to actually implement its manifesto and also help us or propel us move forward. So young people listening today, make sure you go through the book of Proverbs. The whole of Proverbs actually will give you the wisdom, the knowledge that you need to be wise. You should also spend more time in the book of Romans, which is going to actually help you understand how the government operates and our responsibilities as those who are governed. Otherwise, I would like to leave you here, but before I go, you can pause this video, share this video to your friends and colleagues out there. Make sure you hit the subscription button down there, and you can check our playlist. You'll find so much content that can add value to your time. Thank you, and may God bless you. Bye.